Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Now this is a brand that I've never reviewed before. Today we have the Hamilton Pan Europ model number H35405741, and as usual we'll open it up, look at the fit and finish, the features and the functions, the build quality, and then I'll give you my overall impressions of this really nice watch from Hamilton. But first I'd also like to invite you to become a patron of mine on Patreon. Check out my Patreon link in the description field. When you get a chance, you can give a one-time gift or a recurring monthly gift. Give whatever you can. It's entirely up to you. So here you go. I think Hamilton definitely wins the prize for biggest watch box. This thing is absolutely massive. I feel like I'm opening up a casket. Good grief, this thing is huge. Now the inner watch box has kind of like this Alcantara feel to it. It's this real smooth surface. It just feels really, really nice. You have that nice orange contrast stitching right there. Just a really, really nice looking watch box. Nice feeling watch box too. Now the outer watch box, of course, has all your documentation. It looks like you get your manual and your warranty information all in one booklet. You really don't even need to open this thing up unless you want to register the watch. These watches are really simple, but there you go. There it is. Again, you really don't even need to open it up because these things are really, really simple to operate. So there you go. All right, let's put all this stuff back. I feel like I need a crane to lift this watch box up. This thing is so big. Thing is massive, man. All right, now we'll go ahead and get some rough specs here, but let's go ahead and open this up. Obviously, you get the watch, you get two straps, you get a leather strap and a Nato strap, and you get this nice little spring bar tool. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take it off the leather strap and show you it on the Nato strap. Now, I've heard through the grapevine, this is a really kind of a pain in the butt process because these spring bars are actually curved with the case. They're not straight across. They're actually curved. So I heard this is kind of a thing to go through, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I wanna show you it on the Nato strap as well, which is the one I think I'm probably gonna prefer. I'm not a big fan of leather straps of any type. I'm just not, that's just not me. So I wish this actually came on a stainless steel, but it doesn't. But anyway, so there you go. So let's go ahead and get some rough specs. Let's take this thing out. We'll get some rough specs and we'll talk more in detail here in a minute. Really, really nice watch box. Man, I love that thing. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Let's get your case size for you. We're looking at, looks like case is 42.5. It's probably actually about 43 millimeters. But of course, always refer to manufacturer specifications for the actual specs. I just like to give you kind of like a rough guide. All right, let's look at the thickness. Thickness, you're looking at 12 millimeters. Let's do the lug to lug. For some reason, I can't see millimeters tonight. Let's do the lug to lug. Lug to lug, you're looking at 46 millimeters on the dot. Let's look at the leather strap. I'm gonna try to get a measurement inside the lugs here, which is kind of hard with this particular watch. Come on now, you can get in there. There we go. All right, you're looking at 20.7. Let's take it outside the lugs just to see what the difference is. You got 21, almost 21 and a half. Now on the left-hand side screen, I'm gonna go ahead and put up all the other specifications for you. You're looking at 50 meters water resistant, which of course is 165 feet. It has a big date over at 3 o'clock and a big day over at 3 o'clock. I like how big these are, even though it kind of offsets the symmetry of the watch. I don't care. I like a big day and a big date. I just like the way that looks. It does have the H30 movement, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later, with a 80-hour power reserve. Really, really cool. We'll talk more about that later as well. It does have an AR-coated sapphire crystal. It is windable and hackable. It has Super Luminova C1 on the indexes and hands. We'll talk a little bit about that later, and I'll show that off for you. It does have applied indexes all over the dial, and it has an exhibition case back. There you go. Also, the crown is a non-screw down crown, by the way, over here at 3 o'clock. So again, this is my first time reviewing a Hamilton. Everybody reviews the khaki. I didn't want to review the khaki because so many people have reviewed that watch. It's a fantastic watch, don't get me wrong. I wanted something that visually just kind of stopped me in my tracks. And this Pan Europ is the watch that did that from Hamilton. I love the way this thing looks. And you can just feel the quality of this watch. It just oozes out everywhere on this watch, the quality build on this thing. I mean, you can see why this watch is pretty expensive. It's not a cheap entry-level watch by any means. This is kind of like your mid-tier Swiss watch. So this is a really, really fine timepiece. Really, really good looking. That H30 that I was talking about, that's actually based on the ETA 2836-2. They've modified it in a few different ways, also to give you that 80-hour power reserve. I love the fact, you could set this watch down, for 3 or 4 days and not worry about it needing to be wound. I love that. Really, really love that. I love that huge power reserve. Now let's look at the dial here. Again, you have an inner dial of that sunburst blue. Now you have an outer kind of chapter ring here. If you notice, you can see between 12 and 15, you can see the red tick marks if you want to time something. You do have a unidirectional bezel. It's really, really hard to turn. Good grief, man, this thing is really hard to turn. And it's really loud too. Good grief. You can tell how loud it is. Man. I think I already got it back at 12 o'clock. And of course it lines up perfectly. I mean, being a Swiss watch, I would expect absolutely nothing less than this lining up perfectly. Let me see, there we go. There we go. Anyway, let's talk about the rest of the watch. I really do like the mixture of polished and brushed areas on this case. I like that little polished line right there. Really, really nice looking. Really, really cool. You flip it over, of course, you have your exhibition case back. I like the rotor design. I like it when watch manufacturers decorate their rotor a little bit. You see the big H in there. You'd also see where it says Hamilton underneath the H right there. Really, really nice exhibition case back. Really, really like that. Really cool. I like all the perlage. That's those little circles that you see on the movement. That's another form of decoration. Really, really like that. Fantastic looking watch, man. Really, really good looking watch. Let's talk about the crown. Again, not a screw down crown. The crown is also signed with the big H on it, and it's actually raised, as you can see that. Really, really cool, man. I like the way this looks. I like it when they pay attention to the little details of a watch. Anyway, but what else? This also features a quick set day and date. So when it turns over at 12 o'clock, both the day and the date flip over instantly, which I really, really like. Really cool. Very, very legible. The hands are perfect size for me, the length of the hour and the minute hands. Then of course you have the red accent hand right there, which is really nice for your seconds. You have, kind of a minimal amount of writing on the dial. I like the fact they put automatic under the name brand Hamilton instead of down here. I like that it kind of, lets everybody know this is an automatic watch. It's just a different placement. Normally you see an automatic place down here, right above the 6 o'clock index. I like that. I also like the fact that they put the model of the watch. A lot of watch manufacturers will just put automatic and the water resistance rating, but they don't normally put the actual name of the watch on the watch. I like that they did that. Really, really nice indexes. Of course, all those indexes are applied. They have a chrome, basically they're all chromed out. Most of these either have a chrome bezel, but the whole index looks like it's pretty much chromed out. And then you have that little insert where the Luminova is. It has Super Luminova C1 in there. You can see where the Luminova is put in there. Really, really nice. What else? That's really about it for the watch itself. Let's take a look at the strap. Now, I do like the fact that this strap is really, really supple. It's extremely worn in and soft. Now, I'm not going to try this on with the this type of deployment clasp. I don't like these type of deployment clasps. They're just a pain in the butt for me. So I'm basically give you an idea of what you're looking at here on the wrist. There you go. Of course, you can see that red accent inside. Of course, the underneath of the strap it's kind of like more like an orangish than a red. I kind of wish it had matched the actual red of the second hand. As you can see, that's a real bright red. This is kind of more orangish, man. But I mean, it's a good looking strap. Because it has those holes drilled in it, it's a little bit lighter and it's very, very supple. A lot of times you get a leather strap, they're super stiff. They take a couple week break-in period for them to be really comfortable. This, you can wear this right out of the box, absolutely no problem. Really, really comfortable. So what I'm gonna do now is I'll go ahead and take it off of this leather strap, pop it onto the Nato, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the Nato. I'll be back in just a second. All right, guys, here you go. That was an absolute pain in the butt. And I'll show you why here in a second. Anyway, here it is on the wrist with the Nato. Now this is by far the best quality Nato strap I have ever had on my wrist. But getting this thing on the Nato is so hard because those spring bars are curved. And I'll take this thing off here and I'll show you why it's such a pain in the butt. Anyway, there it is on the Nato though. Really, really, really good looking watch. I much prefer it on the Nato strap, even though it was a lot harder to get on a Nato than the standard leather strap. So there you go. I'll be back in just a second. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you the culprit of that really, really hard strap change. As you can see, these spring bars are curved. And the problem is when you try to thread the strap through, the end of the Nato strap has this nice metal end to it, and it won't go past the curved spring bars. That's why this thing is such a pain in the butt to change out straps. I love the Nato strap. It's actually a little tiny bit too small for me, but it's absolutely the best Nato, quality Nato strap I've ever encountered. But just incredibly hard to change because of those curved spring bars, as you can see right there. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. All right, guys, I'm back. I cannot begin to tell you what a pain in the butt that was to change out that strap because those spring bars are curved like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get a loom shot. Let me kill the studio light here. Let's go ahead and zap this thing. You can see it glowing a little bit. Let's go ahead and zap this for, I don't know, about 5 or 10 seconds. And again, it's not going to be as bright as some other looms out there, but it definitely gets the job done. There we go. There you go. So not too bad at all. Again, it's not going to be as long lasting as some other looms or as bright, but it definitely gets the job done. So anyway, there you go. All right, let's go ahead and turn the light back on. All right, there we go. Guys, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description field for how much this watch is and where you can get it. And of course, if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I would definitely appreciate that. This has been interesting. Besides kind of the strap debacle, I really like this watch. Really like this watch. So if you want to get one, go out there and get one. It's a stunner in person. Really nice looking watch. I think maybe a tad expensive, just for me personally. But if you like Hamilton, a lot of people do. This is a really nice model to have. Anyway, again, this has been the Hamilton Pan Europ, model number H35405741. And until the next review, I have a whole bunch of really nice stuff coming up. I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.